The world of Dragon Ball is one of constant battles, where strength and determination are the keys to survival. At the center of this universe is Son Goku, a Saiyan warrior whose journey from a humble martial artist to a legendary hero has captivated audiences for decades. In this story, titled Dragon Ball, Son Goku's 6 critical injuries and recovery, becoming a Super Saiyan, and reaching a battle power of 150 million, we delve into a pivotal moment in Goku's life, where his resilience and unyielding spirit are put to the ultimate test. The story begins with Goku and his friends facing a new, unimaginable threat, one that pushes them to their limits and beyond. The tale unfolds on Earth, a planet that has seen its fair share of destruction and rebirth. Goku, now a seasoned fighter, has faced countless adversaries, from the tyrannical Frieza to the androids of the future. Yet, despite his victories, he knows that the universe is vast and filled with beings far more powerful than he has ever encountered. This realization drives him to train relentlessly, always seeking to improve his strength and protect those he loves. His motivation is simple yet profound: to become the strongest warrior he can be, not for glory, but to ensure peace for his family and friends. The main conflict arises when a mysterious warrior arrives on Earth, radiating an aura of immense power. This warrior, known as Zargoth, hails from a distant galaxy where strength is the only law. Zargoth's arrival is not accidental. He has come to Earth seeking a worthy opponent, someone who can challenge him in battle. His motivations are rooted in his own quest for supremacy, a desire to prove himself the strongest in the universe. Zargoth's presence is immediately felt, as his energy distorts the atmosphere, causing tremors that shake the planet. Goku, sensing the danger, rushes to confront this new foe, accompanied by his longtime friend and rival, Vegeta. The initial encounter between Goku and Zargoth is a clash of titans. Zargoth's towering figure, clad in dark armor, exudes an aura of menace. His eyes glow with a cold, calculating light, and his voice booms like thunder as he challenges Goku to a fight. Goku, ever the optimist, greets Zargoth with a smile, but his expression quickly turns serious as he senses the overwhelming power radiating from his opponent. The two warriors square off, their energy levels rising as they prepare to engage in battle. The fight begins with a flurry of punches and kicks, each strike sending shockwaves through the air. Goku's speed and agility are on full display as he dodges Zargoth's powerful blows, countering with precise strikes of his own. Zargoth, however, is no ordinary opponent. His strength is immense, and his attacks are relentless. With a roar, he unleashes a devastating energy blast, forcing Goku to summon a Kamehameha wave to counter it. The two energy attacks collide in a blinding explosion, shaking the ground and sending debris flying in all directions. As the battle intensifies, Goku realizes that he is outmatched. Zargoth's power is unlike anything he has ever faced, and each blow he lands feels like a mountain crashing down on him. Despite his injuries, Goku refuses to give up. His determination fuels his fighting spirit, and he begins to push himself beyond his limits. With a fierce cry, he powers up, his golden aura flaring to life as he transforms into a Super Saiyan. The transformation is a sight to behold, with Goku's hair turning golden and his eyes taking on a fierce, determined glow. His power level skyrockets, reaching new heights as he prepares to face Zargoth once more. Zargoth, however, is unfazed by Goku's transformation. With a smirk, he reveals his own hidden power, his body glowing with a dark, ominous energy. The two warriors clash again, their attacks creating shockwaves that ripple across the landscape. Goku's Super Saiyan strength allows him to hold his own, but Zargoth's power continues to grow, pushing Goku to the brink of exhaustion. The battle reaches a critical point when Zargoth lands a devastating blow, sending Goku crashing to the ground with a force that creates a massive crater. Goku lies motionless, his body battered and broken. His friends watch in horror, unable to intervene as Zargoth looms over him, ready to deliver the final blow. But Goku's spirit is unbroken. Summoning every ounce of strength he has left, he rises to his feet, his golden aura blazing brighter than ever. With a roar that echoes across the battlefield, he unleashes a powerful energy attack, striking Zargoth with everything he has. The explosion is deafening, and when the dust settles, both warriors stand battered but unyielding. This is only the beginning of Goku's journey. As the story progresses, he will face even greater challenges, enduring 6 critical injuries that test his resolve and push him to the brink of death. Each injury will serve as a catalyst for his growth, allowing him to unlock new levels of power and ultimately reach a battle power of 150 million. But for now, the stage is set, and the battle has only just begun. Goku's determination, combined with the unwavering support of his friends, will be the key to overcoming the seemingly insurmountable odds that lie ahead. The universe watches as the fate of Earth hangs in the balance, and Goku prepares to rise once more, stronger than ever before. The battlefield was a chaotic storm of energy blasts, shattered terrain, and the deafening roar of clashing warriors. Goku, battered and bloodied, stood at the center of it all, his body trembling from the sheer weight of his injuries. His opponent, a towering figure shrouded in dark energy, loomed over him, their aura pulsating with malevolent power. The air crackled with tension as Goku wiped the blood from his lip, his eyes narrowing with determination. This was no ordinary fight, this was a battle for survival, and Goku knew he had to push past his limits once again. The Dark Warrior lunged forward, their movements a blur of speed and precision. Goku barely had time to react, dodging a devastating punch that cratered the ground where he had stood moments earlier. The shockwave from the impact sent him skidding backward, but he quickly regained his footing, his muscles coiling like springs. With a roar, Goku surged forward, his fists glowing with golden energy as he unleashed a flurry of punches aimed at his opponent's midsection. Each strike landed with the force of a meteor, but the Dark Warrior merely smirked, their body absorbing the blows without flinching. "Is that all you've got, Saiyan?" The warrior taunted, their voice dripping with disdain. Goku gritted his teeth, his mind racing. He knew brute force alone wouldn't be enough to win this fight. He needed a strategy, a way to exploit his opponent's weaknesses. As the Dark Warrior launched another attack, Goku sidestepped, his movements fluid and calculated. He feinted left, drawing his opponent's attention, before pivoting sharply and delivering a powerful roundhouse kick to their side. The impact sent the warriors stumbling, but they quickly recovered, their eyes blazing with fury. The fight escalated, each combatant pushing the other to their absolute limits. Goku's body screamed in protest as he pushed himself harder, his muscles straining under the immense pressure. He could feel his energy reserves dwindling, but he refused to give up. With a roar, he unleashed a Kamehameha wave, the blue energy beam surging toward his opponent with unstoppable force. The Dark Warrior countered with a blast of their own, the two attacks colliding in a blinding explosion of light and heat. The shockwave tore through the battlefield, sending both fighters flying in opposite directions. Goku landed hard, his body skidding across the ground before coming to a stop. He groaned, his vision swimming as he struggled to rise. His opponent, equally battered, was already back on their feet, their aura flaring with renewed intensity. Goku knew he was running out of time. He closed his eyes, focusing inward as he tapped into the depths of his Saiyan heritage. His body began to glow, a golden aura enveloping him as he ascended to Super Saiyan. The transformation was instantaneous, his power level skyrocketing to unimaginable heights. The Dark Warrior hesitated for the first time, their confidence wavering as they felt the sheer magnitude of Goku's newfound strength. But they quickly recovered, their own aura flaring as they prepared to meet Goku head-on. The two warriors charged at each other, their movements a blur of speed and power. Goku's fists moved like lightning, each strike landing with devastating precision. The Dark Warrior countered with equal ferocity, their attacks relentless and unyielding. The ground beneath them cracked and splintered, the very air around them vibrating with the intensity of their clash. As the battle raged on, Goku began to notice subtle patterns in his opponent's movements. They were powerful, but their attacks were predictable, relying too heavily on brute force. Goku used this to his advantage, weaving through their strikes with calculated precision. He feigned an opening, drawing the warrior in, before delivering a devastating uppercut that sent them soaring into the air. Without hesitation, Goku followed up with a series of rapid energy blasts, each one homing in on his opponent with unerring accuracy. The Dark Warrior roared in frustration, their body racked with pain as the blasts exploded around them. But they were far from defeated. With a surge of dark energy, they unleashed a massive shockwave, forcing Goku to retreat. The battlefield was now a smoldering wasteland, the air thick with smoke and debris. Both fighters were nearing their limits, their bodies battered and broken, but neither was willing to back down. Goku knew he had to end this fight soon. He closed his eyes, focusing all his remaining energy into a single, devastating attack. His aura flared brighter than ever, the golden light illuminating the battlefield as he prepared to unleash his ultimate technique. The Dark Warrior, sensing the impending danger, charged forward, their movements desperate and erratic. But it was too late. With a roar, Goku unleashed a massive spirit bomb, the energy sphere growing larger and larger as it absorbed the surrounding energy. The Dark Warrior's eyes widened in terror as the spirit bomb hurtled toward them, its power unstoppable. The explosion was cataclysmic, the shockwave rippling across the battlefield and beyond. When the dust finally settled, Goku stood alone, his body trembling with exhaustion. The Dark Warrior was nowhere to be seen, their presence erased by the sheer force of the spirit bomb. Goku collapsed to his knees, his body spent but his spirit unbroken. He had pushed past his limits once again, proving that even in the face of overwhelming odds, he would never give up. As the sun began to rise over the horizon, casting its golden light across the battlefield, Goku allowed himself a small smile. The fight was over, but he knew this was only the beginning. There would always be new challenges, new enemies to face. But for now, he could rest, knowing that he had given everything he had to protect what he held dear. And when the time came, he would be ready to fight again, stronger than ever before. The final battle between Goku and the overwhelming force of the enemy reached its climax, the air crackling with energy as the two titans clashed in a storm of fists, ki blasts, and raw determination. The battlefield, already scarred by their earlier exchanges, now bore the marks of their escalating power, the ground trembling beneath their feet as their auras flared like supernovas. Goku, battered and bloodied, stood firm, his eyes blazing with a resolve that transcended pain. His opponent, a towering figure of destruction, sneered, confident in their superiority, but Goku's spirit refused to yield. This was the moment everything had been building toward, the defining clash that would determine the fate of the universe. As the enemy unleashed a devastating barrage of energy blasts, Goku dodged with lightning speed, his movements a blur even to the trained eyes of his allies watching from afar. Each blast that narrowly missed him tore through the landscape, leaving craters and molten rock in their wake. Goku countered with a flurry of punches, each strike infused with the power of a Super Saiyan, but the enemy shrugged them off, their durability seemingly unbreakable. "Is this all you've got, Saiyan?" The enemy taunted, their voice dripping with malice. Goku gritted his teeth, his body screaming in protest as he pushed past his limits. He knew he couldn't win like this, he needed more power, more than he had ever accessed before. The turning point came when the enemy landed a crushing blow to Goku's chest, sending him hurtling through the air and crashing into a mountain. The impact shattered the rock face, burying him under tons of debris. For a moment, silence fell over the battlefield, and the enemy laughed, believing they had finally broken the Saiyan warrior. But then, a faint golden glow began to emanate from the rubble, growing brighter and brighter until it erupted in a blinding flash. Goku emerged, his hair now a radiant gold, his aura surging with unimaginable power. He had achieved a new level of Super Saiyan, his strength surpassing anything he had ever known. His eyes locked onto the enemy, and for the first time, they saw a flicker of doubt in their opponent's expression. The battle resumed with even greater intensity, the two combatants trading blows that shook the very fabric of reality. Goku's newfound power allowed him to match the enemy's strength, but the fight was far from over. Each strike he landed was met with an equally devastating counter, and the toll on his body was immense. Blood dripped from his wounds, his muscles screamed in agony, but he refused to falter. This was not just a fight for survival, it was a fight for the future of the universe, for the lives of his friends and family, and for the ideals he had sworn to protect. The emotional weight of the moment was palpable, his determination fueled by the memories of those he loved and the sacrifices they had made to get to this point. As the battle raged on, Goku's allies watched from a distance, their hearts pounding with a mix of hope and fear. They had fought alongside him, had given everything they had to weaken the enemy, but now it was up to Goku to finish the fight. "Come on, Goku," whispered Krillin, his voice trembling with emotion. "You've got this." Bulma clenched her fists, tears streaming down her face as she silently prayed for his victory. Even Vegeta, ever the proud warrior, found himself rooting for Goku, his rival and, in this moment, his only hope. The defining moment came when the enemy unleashed their ultimate attack, a colossal sphere of energy that threatened to consume everything in its path. Goku stood his ground, his body trembling with exhaustion but his spirit unbroken. He raised his hands, channeling every ounce of his power into a single, concentrated blast. The two energies collided in a cataclysmic explosion, the shockwave rippling across the planet and beyond. For a moment, it seemed as though the enemy's attack would overwhelm him, but then, with a roar that echoed through the heavens, Goku pushed back, his blast surging forward with unstoppable force. The enemy's attack was obliterated, and the blast struck them head-on, engulfing them in a blinding light. When the dust settled, the enemy was gone, their presence erased from existence. Goku stood amidst the ruins, his body battered and broken but his spirit triumphant. He had done it, he had saved the universe. His allies rushed to his side, their cheers and tears a testament to the magnitude of his victory. But Goku, ever humble, simply smiled, his thoughts already turning to the future. "We did it," he said softly, his voice filled with gratitude. Together. The aftermath of the battle brought profound changes to the universe. The threat that had loomed over them was gone, but the scars of the conflict remained. Planets had been destroyed, lives had been lost, and the balance of power had shifted. Yet, amidst the devastation, there was hope. Goku's actions had inspired countless beings across the cosmos, proving that even in the face of overwhelming odds, courage and determination could prevail. The bonds between the Z fighters had been strengthened, their unity a beacon of light in the darkness. As Goku recovered from his injuries, he reflected on the journey that had brought him here. He had faced death, endured unimaginable pain, and pushed himself beyond his limits, but he had never given up. And in doing so, he had not only saved the universe but also unlocked a new level of strength within himself. The road ahead would be challenging, but he was ready to face it, knowing that he had the support of his friends and the strength to overcome any obstacle. The final battle had been a crucible, forging Goku into a true legend. His actions had changed the course of history, and his legacy would endure for generations to come. As he looked to the stars, he felt a sense of peace, knowing that he had fulfilled his destiny. The universe was safe, and the future was bright. And for Goku, that was all that mattered.